Coming up in just a few minutes at the end of the show, we have a very special surprise for our families.
But before that, a unique story of heart that impacted one local family, and who better to tell it than the Valentines themselves.
I kind of like pink. My most favorite color is turquoise, black, and blue.
7-year-old Lyla isn't crazy about the color pink, even though her last name is Valentine. Sports, however, is a different story.
Hey, there we go! I like to swim, I like to play baseball, I like to play soccer, I like to play basketball.
February 14th is a national day of love, but this holiday is even sweeter for the Valentines. You wouldn't know by looking at her that Lyla received a heart transplant when she was just 9 months old.
There are so many people in the room as she's being wheeled in, and they're smiling at everyone, and everyone's expecting a much sicker child, but on the outside, she doesn't look that sick.
After one heart donation wasn't strong enough to be transplanted, a suitable match did turn up.
So we were at peace, sending her off to surgery.
After an excruciating wait at St. Louis Children's Hospital, Lyla's surgery was a success, and the Valentines were reunited.
The numbers on her heart monitors were just so drastically different. Her coloring had come back.
She will remain on anti-rejection medication for the rest of her life, and on her bad days, she has someone to turn to who understands. Her father, Rocky, who received a heart transplant at 13.
They initially thought it was, upper respiratory infection and, drainage and causing all that to settle in my lungs. And they said, let's just take a chest x-ray. And that's when they instantly saw that, my heart was enlarged and it was, something wasn't right there.
Like Lyla, Rocky's time on the wait list was short as his condition was progressing dangerously. He received a heart transplant just 2 weeks after he was placed on the list.
And that's not your typical, story, so we're definitely very blessed in that regard.
When the idea of surgery first came up, Rocky reacted like many teenage boys would. Not scared, but excited to get back to a life playing sports.
Going from being very active to being not able to do anything, that was a challenge. Really, when the transplant was something that was being discussed, it was like, hey, if a transplant happens, you kind of get your options back to do, all the things that you've done.
In the years since Rocky and Lyla's surgeries, the Valentines have added another little girl into their family through adoption. The sisters get along like any siblings would, and Rocky can't wait for the day that his girls fully realize the strength they have within.
There's so many things that we kind of mentally tell ourselves we can't do, but I can't wait for her to have a moment in life when she's older where she feels like she can't do anything, and we can stop and say, look at what you've done that you don't even remember. These little life challenges they're tiny compared to what you've already overcome, and so let's do it. You can do it. And